Britons have headed to the polls to vote in a contest that's set to end 14 years of Conservative Party rule.
We've come through 14 years of basically self-inflicted damage, yes, I would say. First of all with the austerity that was brought on by the coalition government, and then with Brexit. So we're hoping for change.
I certainly won't vote Conservative. I'll vote Liberal Democrat because I think they're the most sensible centre party, although I'm pretty sure Labour will win and we need a change, and I'll be perfectly happy with that.
The Tories have trailed the opposition Labour Party in every opinion poll since January 2022. As election booths open, they're 20 points behind.
And it's been an eventful 14 years. Most obviously Brexit happened, major change for the UK and indeed for Europe. But in addition to that, we've had the pandemic, and then we've had Russia invading Ukraine, big events that have affected the whole of Europe.
The economy has struggled with high inflation and slow economic growth. The country's beloved public health service, the NHS, is overworked and underfunded. And small boats carrying asylum seekers are arriving in record numbers across the English Channel.
They seem to have completely wrecked the NHS and all our public services, quite honestly, and their friends have got richer and the public have got poorer. It's a very dangerous situation for our country right now.
I am in quite a privileged position. I don't have to worry about where food is coming from or if I can turn on my lights, but there's loads of people that can't even afford the basics, so it's quite sad.
If the polls are right, Labor is on the path for a victory that could surpass Tony Blair's mammoth 1997 election win and relegate the Conservatives to their lowest share of seats in history. It'll be a moment of reflection for the country's oldest political party and prompt a rebuilding.
So we're a sort of rather different version of an opposition consisting of several parties, no one of which will be massively dominant, it would appear. And that's different, very different to the dynamics of the House of Commons normally.
The leader of the UK Labour Party, Keir Starmer.
Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer is set to be handed the keys to number 10 Downing Street with a commanding majority. But his real test will be fixing a country many now believe is broken. Catherine Diss, ABC News, London. Voters have started casting their ballots across the United Kingdom to fill 650 seats in the House of Commons. This is the first time in 5 years that the entire country has been given the chance to have their say as to who should hold the keys to number 10 Downing Street. Polls are tipping that the Labor opposition will take the reins with a supermajority, which will give it a mandate to be able to fix some of the problems many Britons have been complaining about. But with little money in the budget, many are sceptical about exactly what a new government will be able to change. Many senior Conservative MPs are tipped to lose their seats. Even Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is said to be worried about his own. The attention will then turn to the opposition. It's likely to be a mishmash of parties who will have to be able to get along if they're to have any voice in Parliament.